I too am a Hunter Biden fan. Whores and drugs.
Dude, you say what you want about the left. That Hunter Biden guy rocks.
When Joe Biden was vice president, I remember tweeting out because Hunter got caught with coke way back then. And I was like, I don't want to live in an America where the vice president's son is not doing coke and fucking whores.
Yeah.
Then
that's what we do
here. And I'm like, okay, now it's getting a little weird.
It'd be un-American if they didn't.
Having a background showing Joe Biden falling up a set of stairs is so funny.
I just couldn't agree more with what they said.
You guys got clips for days.
The Hunter Biden thing was one of those examples where it was so crazy that they pretended like it wasn't real for so long. And I didn't believe it was real. I was like, it can't be real because everyone's saying it's not real. And it's so audacious. It reminds me of the Trump P-tape allegations. I was like, this is our version of the P-tapes. We're going to say something crazy. And surely it's not true. He's not fucking prostitutes and doing cocaine. And it's not all on tape. But he was. And we've seen it. And say what you want about Marjorie Taylor Greene. I'm from Georgia. So you got what you got. Her getting that poster of his cock blown up, being held like in that whore's hands, is a high point.
Dude, they'd find his dick in the field.
American politics. They'd find his dick from the fucking satellite. They'd send
Wait, someone stole my peanut. There it is.
Sticking out like
there it is, loud and proud next to that scarecrow.
I mean, my God, she has no shame.
She's done it twice.
Dude, the glasses low on her nose, like academically.
She had a lab coat. If she had a lab coat on and like a pointer, it would have
crunched the numbers on the yaw of the shaft, and it's more impressive.
We have consulted with a mathematician and a photographic expert, and he has determined this penis is to be 7 3/4 inches. So I am subpoenaing Hunter Biden to have his penis hardened and measured to prove once and for all that this is indeed his penis in the photograph. Like that's.
Man, she's got such Ron Perlman face. I don't like it.
Does she?
I like it.
It's hard to look at.
She's straightly sexy. I find her very sexy.
Oh my! Come on.
No, I like the other one. Wow. The one who was getting it on in the movie theater. Yes, she's the looker
too. I think she was a sugar baby. That's what they say anyway. That she was on Seeking.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I believe that.
Dirty perverts. Isn't it funny when you look at lefty Twitter? They won't shut up about Donald Trump Jr. being a cokehead. And it's kind of based on his persona. Like he's got the square jaw and the white teeth. And he's like, hey, what? So he looks like a guy who does a lot of coke, but that's just the movie stereotype. And you're like, your guy is leaving coke at the White House. And your whole thing is like, Donald Trump Jr. probably does tons of coke.
What? I mean, it seems like the coke is the drug of the successful man.
Yeah, right? I get it. The Bidens are successful and cool. We get it, Gavin.
They're just coking it up. Well, I guess he didn't limit himself to cocaine. He was also doing meth, which is very low.
Are you sure? Are you sure?
I thought I heard, or no, crack, right?
I hear crack a lot. Dude, I don't know anything.
Crack, you're doing meth.
Those are all birds of a feather. And
I'm not sure about the crack even though. See, I'm not sure about the crack or the meth. Now, I think that like his opponents will call him a crackhead, just because it's worse than calling him a cokehead. It's like
he was on 60 Minutes talking about snorting, burning Parmesan cheese that he thought was pieces of crack. He's very vocal about his love of crack.
Dude, I tried to Google it. The first headline I found is cocaine residue was found on Biden's gun pouch. Why doesn't the right like him more?
Why does Biden wait? What do you mean his gun pouch?
His gun pouch, dude.
I took it to mean a holster. Let me read on and see if
anyone who calls a holster a gun pouch
is that
we're catching strays over here.
Man, I was about to show you my brand new gun pouch.
And you just keep your pistols in your gun pouches, boy. Like
yeah. But no, if it's going to come out that you're doing uppers in the White House and with prostitutes, it better be cocaine because that seems kind of cool. Meth and crack seems very
all right. There you go. He's asleep with it. That's literally a picture of Hunter Biden with a crack pipe in his mouth.
What do you see? Oh,
I see Hunter Biden with a crack pipe in his mouth, passed out.
Thing in the world.
Wow. He's sick and he's getting his temperature read, and that's where your head goes.
Are you a liberal? You're a liberal, Taylor.
I'm a
He
big
smoked more
man.
Parmesan cheese than anyone when he was addicted to. Weird. Okay.
Do you know how fucking coked up you need to be like half a container of Parmesan into smoking it before you're like, this isn't drugs. Fuck. Oh man, no wonder it smells so delicious in here.
I was talking to Anthony Cumia about his drug days recently, and he was like, "Yeah, crack is for blacks." But he used a different word.
Yeah, he loves that word.
He was like, "No, me and my brother would freebase," and I'm like, "I've heard like that's how Richard Pryor burst into flames and it killed John Belushi, but I don't really know what it is. Is it just heroin and coke together?" And he goes, "No, moron, you." It's a really involved process, but you like get ether and you put cocaine in it, and there's some sort of chemical process where it separates. I think what you're essentially doing is de-cutting the coke, and then you scrape the bottom, like where the ether is separated, whatever cut it, with the pure coke, and then you get that out, and then you, I think, smoke that, and you're smoking pure cocaine. I'm sure there's a lot of cokeheads right now going, "No, you fucking idiot."
right.
They're passed out.
They're certainly not.
They don't make it this deep in the show. They nod off.
Yeah, I have no idea what the mechanism by which freebasing works. I've never tried that.
Have you guys ever done uncut cocaine?
No, I've probably only done
never.
Crappy cocaine.
I haven't.
Yeah,
done
if
cocaine.
it makes you think of a nail salon, you're not doing good cocaine.
I remember the post nasal drip tasting terrible and being like, "Oh, this probably isn't." It's probably a lot of baby powder in there.
If your mouth goes numb, you know you're okay.
Or what is it? What do they cut it with laxative powder? Isn't that it?
Yeah, baby laxative.
Yeah. So like if you have to shit after you do cocaine, it's because you just got.
You'd have to do so
Just
much
cocaine.
cocaine to have to take a shit. Like you'd have to be just railing.
I have very little cocaine experience, so I
used
don't
to
know.
do it on the toilet because I knew it was about to be a mega blast. But we would go to this bar called Blue, and we do shitty coke back in the early aughts, and you do a bump, and then you'd have to run to the bathroom and evacuate your bowels. And my buddy Dan, he got so used to it. It was Thursday nights at Blue that on his way there, his body would have this Pavlovian effect where it knew it was about to do coke. So he wouldn't do the coke. He'd go into the door and run to the bathroom and shit his guts out like Pavlov, because the body was like, "Oh, this is the time when we have explosive diarrhea."
Interesting.
Yeah.
So his
That
body
makes sense.
acclimated to the bad quality drugs.
His body knew what time it was. You know what he said once? God, I miss partying with that guy. He's in AA now. Everyone I've ever partied with is
nerd.
either dead or in NA or AA.
Quitter.
But one time he walked into the bar. I actually bumped into the barmaid at Keen's Steakhouse last night in New York City, and she reminded me of this. One time he walked into the bar. It was freezing, snowy night. It seems like it was snowier in New York back then. We haven't had snow this year, but it's freezing cold. He whips open the door and he goes, "My God, it's colder than a dead slave's eyes out there." The whole bar was just like the record scratch.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my God! Not even a saying. Like just
That's a great saying, but you'll never get a chance to use it because there's no environment where people will be like, "Good one, that was funny. Yeah, I get it. Dead slaves. Yeah, that's good."
maybe we've become too weeded up as a culture, and we need to get coked up again.
Absolutely. Well, every time I hear music that's like that 80s music, like "Go up and party on the family zone, dude," or disco or Sly and the Family Stone, I'm just like, everyone involved in this song was on cocaine. The engineers, the record producers, the manager, the bassist, like 100% of the people that put this song on the airwaves were fucked out of their mind on cocaine. Even the metal, like "Free Will Burning" by Judas Priest, and or like "Shout at the Devil," or even what was the one before that, "Too Fast for Love" or whatever, Motley Crue. You're just like, I'm listening to cocaine.
Yeah. All those stock market guys. The whole economy ran on cocaine in the 80s.
Would
Yeah.
the
My
economy be better
understanding.
if we switched from weed to cocaine? I think Taylor's plan would increase the GDP. If we were to get rid of weed and switch to cocaine,
I think
productive
I think a
people.
lot more stuff gets done.
yeah, right?
People are too happy with themselves with music, so it made a lot of crap music, the 80s. But in finance, you want to be bullish. So yeah, it made a lot of guys take some big risks. And when Trump says make America great again, he means make America those 80s Coke days again, like with mullets and wraparound shades and jet skis.
If you asked him when America was best, he would probably go back to those days. It would probably be like the first half of Wall Street or something.
Yeah, he'd say 1983, and he would be correct.
I wasn't around for 83.
No.
Never got to experience that.
What?
No. Woody, what was it like?
I was 10, and I'll tell you what it was like. At first, fluorescents were in style, so we all had our parachute pants and fluorescent clothing.
Yeah,
and then camouflage got into style, but those of us at the tip of the spear had hunter's camouflage. When they mixed fluorescent orange with camo, that's style.
Shit!
Welcome to 1983.
Yeah.
You know, this notable thing about the early 80s up to mid 80s was nerds got wedgies. And I
that's different now.
That made them invent stuff like computers. And now they're trans and they have these butthole eyes that are all brown around. They have the scraggly Joey Ramone hair and like a cheap dress. And they're like, yeah, no one respects me as a woman, so I'm suing this restaurant. And you're just like, we got to fucking wedgie you guys again, man. This is not working out.
You think we've got way too little bullying and we need to up the and you know what's going to up bullying is cocaine. You know, people are going to be all amped up and they'll be like, I'm not going to sit to myself like some pothead. I'm about to critique. I'm about
skip
to
ahead and go to PCP or something. If you want,
I think meth has a better track record than any other drug. If you look at World War II.
If you're in favor of bullying, what?
No, just success. Really, just a real winning spirit. Team efforts in general are fueled by meth.
They did lose.
The Blitzkrieg was fueled on methamphetamine.
Yeah, but everyone beats French in war.
All of our pilots have that meth pill in their like crash gear. You know, get them going.
It's big in the South. I was in the South recently, and I was fucking exhausted and drunk at like 1:30 a.m. Like, I gotta fucking pack it in. I wonder how everyone else in this bar is doing. And I look around, and it's just
bug-eyed alert.
Every single person in the bar, teachers, middle-aged people, young people, old people, they all had golf balls for eyes. And I realized, holy fuck, this whole town's on meth. It's like
there's
down there.
The poor parts of the South, particularly like the mountains of Tennessee and North Georgia, where bootlegging back in Prohibition times was a thing, and even later on, inexplicably, they do meth now because they have those places that they used to hide stills. Now they hide meth labs, and they're way up in some shitty mountain that nobody goes in a town with 500 people in it, and so they have like task forces and squads that have to. Oh, dude! Helicopter shit and aircraft shit. It's crazy.
Here in Missouri, meth is like a sport. Like we have the greatest meth heads as far as the not great in their scale. They're very unpleasant. They're violent.